What's up, people? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I gotta close my front door here for a second, cause I got Martha, and there seems to be a crow that's taken a liking to me and my cats. Okay, yeah. The crow's always on that tree at the front of my house that you've probably seen, and I don't know what this crow is, but they've been taking a liking towards me for approximately the past 2 weeks. So we're gonna get into this crazy GP 316 stuff that's been going on. First, smash that like button, all that good stuff. We're waiting for people to come on, and we're gonna talk about this because GP's been making the rounds on Hassi's stream, just saying all sorts of stuff, denying that he's ever done things he has done, which to me, I'm just gonna call that is literal sociopathy. I've seen it with, of course, House of Hannibal lying about stuff that he knows is true, and people just do it. They do it all the time. All right, so I don't even know where we're gonna start. Maybe we'll start with something from a couple days ago when GP jumps on. A lot of the stuff Hussey is private, and I think it's because of certain situations they don't want to be put out there, right? Like the whole latest situation with GP. It's no bueno when one of your pals is getting exposed for shit that they've actually done. So of course, so let me play this while I wait for people to come on up. So here we are. I'll put this here. I'm probably going to start playing this in a second, and we're going to get started. Whatever baby says this is 3 years old, yes, it is, but we're still going to talk about it. Sup, Alex Glitter, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Okay, you're
All
good.
right, cool. I think AK is going to come up too.
Okay, that'll be actually pretty nice. Because for me, this story is I really don't have that much background knowledge on it, except that what I know from like clips and what you guys have said and whatnot. So I think that's pretty good. But what I mean is that I wasn't around for what was happening, like a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you had a chance to watch it yet or not, but I made a video kind of about this whole topic when it started coming up again because this is GP's favorite thing to bring up and try to lie about. So I made a video about
Okay,
it.
why don't we watch that right now then?
Okay, let me go on my channel and let me grab it and I'll put it in the chat. Um,
Yeah, yeah, that'll be pretty good because then we can watch that and get a bit of background on this whole situation. Because yeah, this has been lied about a lot. A lot of the things that have been happening when I wasn't around have been lied about. Like Gigi does it all the time, and then we got GP is doing it, and then you have your buddies backing it up, which is like so sick. It's so disgusting what Belinda is doing, where she's like removing or privating 8 months worth of videos because she doesn't want them looked at right because she's in on the lie.
yeah, she's in on all of it. And this is not like the first time or the second time or even the third time that they've, tried to completely like and rewrite history or like add things to the history that never happened.
Well, I think even though you know what, there's no love lost between me and Jessica Messica. Jessica Messica said it right. It's like whoever has the most receipts, right, or can has the greater pull, like with the audience, can literally rewrite what the truth is. And
Yeah.
she's right in a lot of cases because they're like Gigi and Belinda and and other people. They form this crew where whenever one of them does something bad, they cover it up, and then they try and rewrite the history like, oh, it didn't happen like that. This is how it happened. That it happened this way, it happened that way, right? And it's all
Yep.
on.
Hey, Kay, what's up?
Hey,
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
good, good.
All right. Did you see it in the chat? I don't see it in the chat.
See what?
Oh, the video that that I was gonna the one that I made about GP, like when all this stuff first started coming back up again.
Yeah,
Oh,
let
you know
me.
what? Because I can't drop it because of the here. Hold on, let me find a different way to find it because of the uh you can't do it unless you have like a wrench. So let me just find it and I'll put it in this back.
Okay, all right. How about I just say something in the chat and I'll mod you, and then you could just drop it. That's easier for you.
All right.
Okay, so there you go.
Mhm.
Um, there you go.
All right. Cool.
And then we can get to the bottom of things because yeah, there's a lot of people that I don't even know that's come up. Like there's like Sarah Locklear, right? And
Oh,
who else is there? Is there like a Barnyard Sarah? Was Barnyard Sarah involved in any of this or was around back then?
kind of. So like, Barnyard Sarah is Sarah Locklear, and she got that name because she was like streaming from a barn.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But she used to be like one of like GP's like little simps and that would like go around and she was like going and spreading the lies that he said about tragic. She was spreading them like on her lives and then going over to Hussey's lives and doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when her and GP had fallen out and he like kind of was like exposed, I guess, over there for like everything that tragic had already exposed, tragic and AK already exposed, then people were like trying to lump him back in with tragic. It's really weird how they do that kind of stuff. It's like they hadn't been friends for years and then they all fall out and they're like, oh well, he was friends with tragic at one time, so Just stupid.
Yeah, I do see the lumping. Like I've even talked about it where, Azria is doing her own thing. All of a sudden, she's bodega now because that's how they do things.
I know.
She's only exposing what the truth is because she's bodega now. Don't like her anymore.
Isn't that
It's
funny?
it's so ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous what they're doing. It's actually pretty sick.
I mean, there was like one panel the other night where like Tasha and somebody else were like going back and forth and like, oh well you're bodega. No, you're bodega. No, you're bodega. It was so
Yeah.
Did you hear? Did you hear any of what's his name? Worst of the internet talk about this in that stream that went private?
no.
I didn't watch it.
Oh,
No, what were they saying?
The
oh,
hussy.
because he was trying to explain like his position to Hussey and that potato person. It was really weird. Yeah, no, but I mean he made it pretty clear that he didn't like any of this that like Hussey was doing. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it seems like a lot of people don't like, the things that Hussey is doing. And Hussey exposes himself with his behavior and the things that he says, and the fact that he doesn't have any receipts to back up the things that he says.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
For
yeah.
sure. Okay. All right. Well, let me play the video, I guess, and we can talk about it. So this is the video you have here. Let's
Yeah.
get started.
This is like an edit that I had made.
I'm thinking, mama, I should be DMs between me and Tragic.
No, I got all of our DMs recorded.
What'd you say?
I got all of our DM screen recorded.
I know.
Dude, this guy's so irrelevant. It's fucking pathetic.
But look, he's the reason that King Lo is going around calling you a pedo. This guy right here, GP. He's the one who's going around. He's still got this, like, I don't know, vendetta.
Bridget, when Bridget sent you her nudes, you never shared them with nobody. Her nudes.
Never shared them at all.
Okay.
Deleted.
As soon as she said she changed her mind, I deleted them. So what's the difference of people seeing your news and you deleting them? But I guess I'm disgusted because
He made
somebody
a
said it in a
panel
different
about
way.
it, and he discussed it, and he told everybody, "Don't do this to me again."
That part.
Oh,
Can I talk?
can somebody bring up this NDA thing? So I've been hearing that he let people like women sign NDAs. What was that about? Was this included with like the whole giving different women body parts?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Allegedly, this little boots said this. I think just Jill said this. I think even Sarah.
Yep.
I think all of them. I mean, we have it. It's all on my channel. I think on my other channel. But like they're literally talking about it. And then like I have the fight between her, GP and Little Boots. But it's like they're describing him like basically saying like trying to get them to do sexual stuff on camera, and trying to like I don't know flirt with them. I don't know. This is what they all said. And one of them said something about having them sign NDAs. Like he was trying to get them to sign NDAs.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So this is why there's I guess lots of vitriol against guys in the space because there's a lot of history I really don't know about. And why a lot of people are quick to jump the gun because there was a lot of stuff that happened with me, and I'm like, why are people just so easy to, believe a lot of this stuff? I think it's partly naivety and partly the history with like guys like GP doing all sorts of fuck shit. Because here's a guy who tries to stand as if he's this moral character, and he's married, but yet he's doing this shit behind the scenes. It's actually really messed up.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy, I think.
Yeah, I don't even I don't even know what to believe that this guy's actually married. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not.
Yeah. I know I'm kind of like the same. I don't know what to believe about GP. All I know is like the things that I've seen and heard people say, and he like dipped after all that stuff happened, and he was like exposed by grift gang people, whatever, and then he dipped, and then he like he keeps coming back. He keeps
I've seen him come back because I remember the last time I heard about GP dipping is when a lot of the bodega, like Tragic and other people, were making videos about him, and then he dipped. That was like I think maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Then he came back, and then he dipped again a couple months after he screwed up by befriending House of Hannibal, talking all sorts of smack, making it seem like it's normalized to abuse people in your household. He took a lot of flack. He decided to make up some, oh, I got struck bullshit, the yo mama route, where just tell people you got struck so you can hide your videos and then come back after a while. And then he's back again.
And it's funny because he did something like that before too. Like, I'm putting some more videos in the chat. These are like videos that Tragic had showed me like a couple years ago, of GP, and Burnt Toast made these, and he did this like years ago back with G-Man, and he lied and said that people had taken his channel down, and then when he showed the like receipts of it, it was he had like taken a shot of like some Google, whatever, and like try to pass it off as his.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing something like that when it was looking into GP. That's what he was doing. So in the past, GP would get numbers, right? Would he get like a couple hundred people in his chats back in the day?
I don't know that I've ever seen like a couple hundred, AK. I don't know. I think that, and if you looked at like some of like the analytics and stuff on his channel, it looked really fishy, and like maybe he was buying like live like viewer bots, or he was buying subscribers, because there's like this one clip that I have of him, and he's like scrolling through his like channel comments, or whatever, and he's like, see all these comments that I have, and people people watch me, people like me, people watch my shit, and it's like, they really don't though. Like,
Yeah.
these must be like bot people.
Well, yeah, I think over the past year, I've literally seen him gone from like, not much views to a lot. So I know he buys at least the views. But somebody else was saying that he does buy like live views and other things like that. Yeah, it's really wonky that he does that. He had those wonky numbers recently too. A lot watching, but zero chatters or comments, right, Fish? You can always tell. It's like, it's so obvious, GP, but even that he'll like deny. Like, this guy is completely hopeless, Fish. All right, let me continue playing this video.
About the Bridget situation too. I talked about the Bridget situation, and I said, see, he can't find a bill, but I did say on the Bridget situation that, hey, and you know what's so funny? I went on Fedora's channel and I talked about it too, Joe Mom, but she didn't get it. And they actually went in the DMs on Fedora's channel because they was asking the same questions. And I went in the DMs and showed on Fedora's channel, wow, I never sent nothing. And I deleted everything. Because that was another lie people was putting on me, that I sent nudes.
All right. Well,
And I gave Daryl hates me. I gave him the DMs. I gave
These, if you try to.
Kate said on her tweet, I said,
more
wow,
despicable things.
this girl needs
Liar,
help.
liar,
I know.
pants on fire. Lead to the choir. Photo op in front of the steeple.
Okay.
Ooh, what is that right there? What is that right there, GP? What is that you sent me? Oh, there's Bridget. Oh, and it's a video, bro. I wonder what happens in that video, dude. Oh, you never said anything, huh? You never sent me anything. What happens in that video? Because Bridget knows.
1, 2, GP coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, hide your bitch.
Eat the pussy.
What? This guy's like so comically how do I even put this? Like, what the hell?
I know.
This guy. Holy shit. Talk about, I mean, if we're all like teenagers, then I mean that would be okay, but we're fucking grown adults here.
I don't know. He's not an adult. He's just like, the things he's told us over the years is just, I don't know how people believe any of it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, this is the guy who allegedly says he has a master's degree. I swear, if we were talking about flying to space, GP would probably tell us he's an astronaut. Like, this guy just lies about everything. Like, I even called him out on that whole master's degree thing. I'm like, okay, so what's your discipline, GP? If you have a master's degree, tell me and we can have a conversation. Crickets to this day, nothing. It was supposed to be. We were supposed to be talking about Farrakhan months and months ago. Crickets once again. Of course, I don't know. Maybe once he latches himself onto another creator that'll establish themselves, then maybe after this he'll come back again. So who knows?
So this next part of the video, this is Barnyard Sarah and Tuna Dancer, Tiny Dancer, talking about GP, and they had done some streams, and Tiny Dancer's like, yeah, I'm gonna like be on his neck forever, like, you know, and that love person that was his co-host that just disappeared, which is really weird.
Oh, how long ago was this?
So this was October 2023.
Wait, she also has supposedly reappeared in my comments, and she wrote a very disturbing comment. Now, I don't know if that's really her or not, but she came out of nowhere and said something about being raped by GP. Now, I don't know. It could be a troll. I didn't really look into it. I'm just saying.
Who said this?
Love.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Let's see. Okay. All right. Let me play this and we'll see. You know, there's also no love lost between me and that like disgusting person, Tiny Dancer. Like people, man, they need to, like, if you're trying to like date somebody or see them, like the worst thing you can do is do this nastiness where, you know, if it doesn't work out, just be chill and just move on and not try and tell lies and make lies up on people. I hate that crap. But it seems this is all like these types of people, these disgusting people will do.
Yeah,
And
she's
will
a
do this
disgusting.
shit. Yeah, she's fucked in her head is what she is. Like just how AK, you were telling me how she was, you know, sleeping around with all these married men and stalking her ex and all that type of crap.
Yeah, she told me that. She told me that in DMs. Like, and then she flipped on, she was, you know, cool with Callie and I, and then she like flipped viciously and became like, had like some Discord where she like, you know, stalked the hell out of Callie and, you know, me, and they're like talking about us like all the time. It was so weird.
Yeah, she's mentally fucked. I need to do another stream where I tell you all the stories she's telling me, how her and her boyfriend were like fucking, and then all of a sudden a fight broke out and they started like punching each other in the face. While you still copulated with her, and then she was bleeding from the nose and the blood was dripping down on him and she was pinning him down. I'm like, but you're telling me his dick's still in your pussy while you're both are doing this? Like, what the fuck?
That's intense. That's intense.
It is fucking intense. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, okay, peace out. Then the whole story with the other Monty, I was like, nah, you are definitely not putting me in jail. I do not want to talk to you anymore. And I'm the type of guy, I'm super chill. If shit doesn't work out, I would just move on and just be like, yeah, you know, shit didn't work out. She's not my cup of tea. I don't go around and go and tell people that this person is abusing me or, you know, they're creepy or they're predators or shit like that. Like, I can't stand that shit. She should never come back on the fucking internet, because if she does, I mean, I guess the people from Ickmail have something to say about it, and I have something to say about it because she's super fucked up. There's other shit I gotta report that she was doing in terms of like finances and abuse and all that shit, but she is really one messed up person.
That's why she did the pre-recorded StreamYards video.
Yep. I agree. And it's keeping themselves distance. Does this sound like somebody that was like, oh, well, you know, I just felt a certain way? Come on, let's keep it real. And this is GP saying, hey, you know, he's taking my advice. You know, he's going to log off for a little bit, and he'll be back to do the tragic documentary.
Oh yes, ma'am, Steph. She is watching. I promise you that. She ain't gonna just let us all fucking just talk shit and her not watch it. Yeah, she knows. She knows we're all pissed and we're all full of, this whole fucking community full of women and gay men. You don't want the gay men to get a part of the situation. I'm just saying. I mean, there's some straight men in here, but I'm just saying there's more gay men. You don't want the gay men to go after your ass. That's all I'm saying.
What does that even mean? Like, what did she try to insinuate?
Oh, I don't know. This whole stream that these two did was just fucking weird.
It's like, okay, because there's gay men, but we don't. straight men don't want gay men to go after them. Like, I don't get that. Like, what is she trying to say? Okay, anyways,
There's this stupid idea that I don't know why they say this, but they say that any guy who's in this community is gay. Like if they're a reactor, they're gay, and they're a guy. There's no straight men who do this. Like I think it's part of that kind of. I don't know.
Okay, I see. The basal thinking is what I say this is, because she really doesn't look that smart. She really doesn't. She literally looks like how her name is, Barnyard Sarah. What happened with her kid again? You said why did people fall out with her? Because something with her kid. What was it again?
She had well, first of all, her daughter would sit there while she was live streaming, and obviously when she's like watching other reactors, because her daughter like knew, for example, like what Irate Alex called Niggs's thing, his penis, whatever. Like she knew the name was, and was like yelling it out in the background, which is kind of pretty disturbing. And then she, she's like in like grown people's business. And then the last stream that she did that was pretty controversial was, I think it was like in May of last year, where her daughter was there on stream with her, and she was like interacting with the chat. And then she pulls out her phone and she starts telling the chat and, her mom about, the fact that she has like older boyfriends. She starts showing her mom pictures of like, genitalia of like young, she's like in middle school or something, like her boyfriend and older boyfriend, and had all these like weird pictures on her phone that she's showing her mom, talking about like, just shit that she should not be talking about. And Sarah was like laughing. People in her chat were like just laughing along, like they thought it was great.
How old was this kid at the time?
I think like maybe 6th or 7th grade, like middle school.
Okay.
Young. Like
yeah, so like maybe 11, 12, something like that.
Yeah, like way too young for anything like that. And any parent that would be allowing their kid to like sit there while they stream. And we'd called it out for like a long time, and nobody, they were just like, oh, you're being haters, whatever, like people are fine with it. But then all of a sudden it was like, oh well, this is a problem. Yeah, this has been a problem. Like Sarah has been a problem.
It's only a problem when they can exploit it, is what I'll say. Just like this whole situation is now being brought up, that's like years old, and now people are talking about it again, the whole GP situation, because of course there's a falling out between Gigi and Alex and Hussey and Belinda, with Hecate. And now she's streaming and is gonna, be talking all this shit and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they were fine with her, lying and doing everything else until it was about them, and then they didn't like it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, didn't I know something. The asylum, somebody's promoting in here. So the asylum, isn't that where some shit happened like a couple weeks ago? I think I remember like there was like a scream fest or something. I think so. Anyways, we're just gonna ignore that. But let me continue this video and see.
I wouldn't. No,
you're silly.
It's the damn truth. Because Lucky, girl, if he got on somebody's ass, I'd hate to see it. Well, I'd pay to see it. But you know what I'm saying? Because he's furious when he goes to fucking going off. I'm like, oh, whoa, yeah.
I'm looking like, I'm sorry. It's like, if you guys seen the stuff that I've seen, you'll understand why I'm pissed off and why I did the stuff that I did. Now, some of you may say that, hey, it was unjust. You shouldn't have done it that way. And yeah, it was some fucked up stuff. I can admit that. It is what it is. I did it. Yeah, let's move on. What's the problem? I'm like, everybody else is doing shit, so who cares? So my thing is that, so I did send, so after that stream, I was so pissed off. I was like, you know what? I said, I'm gonna do some fuckery. I'm gonna do some fuck shit. And I did. I sent Jill a text, and I was like, yeah, I was looking like, okay. I was like, yeah, I was upset on how Jill was talking to Little Boots, and I felt like that I should have been more vocal. And
hold up, how was Jill talking to Little Boots? I need that. Huh? I need to send you a link, Little Boots.
Yeah, what?
Because that don't make no fucking sense. Jill didn't say shit to Little Boots. I ain't said shit about Little Boots.
I think they're smoking whatever Negs is smoking.
Yeah, I believe so too, and some crack too, and some crack.
Our opinion, allegedly.
Yeah, just my opinion on, because I have plenty of them. Because damn it, I'm fucking seeing Lil Boots fucking shit right and bring her ass up. Because Jill ain't said a damn word about Lil Boots, stupid bitch. That's how much it shows you what she's been watching.
All right, so Little Boo says, I could tell you stories that'll make you shit your pants. You have no idea what I've lived through in my life. Okay. Question about this. So the Jill they're talking about is just Jill, the one that like wears the wigs.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. How long has that person been around in this sphere?
I mean, not that long. I don't know. I don't really follow her that much, but I know she's been around, right?
Yeah, I think she's been around for like, I don't know, probably since like a while now. Yeah, like I would say I became aware of her in around like 2022.
Okay. I'm just asking because it seems she's isolated herself from the rest of the community more forcefully than not, because there was a lot of shit going on that I was seeing, and then a lot of people were making videos about her and all the dumb shit she was doing.
Yeah, she had a falling out. This was like, I don't know, a while back. Yeah, she had a falling out, and she's like, "All you bitches are fake as fuck," and this, that, and the other. And it's like you're just figuring that out now. Like that sucks for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a story that's going to replay itself once new people come in, and then they go through the same shit, because there's some really really messed up people on here that has zero problems telling lies on other people, and they'll lie to people to get themselves out of trouble after doing fuck shit, and then they'll tell lies on other people to try and get those people into trouble. It's actually super messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I sent you a link in Discord.
Yeah, you can come up. Yeah, 10 grams, man. Yeah, the vitamins.
maybe they'll do a recording in the basement, throwing a tantrum. I guess this is sort of like
that would be fucking awesome if her and him actually done that.
And like the way she talks and the way that GP always talked about love is like, it always felt weird to me. I'm not sure if I'm the only one. Like, it just, he's been my friend for like 20 years. Okay, prove it. Let's see what you guys look like. Prove it. Exactly. Are you really?
Lord ass Lane.
Liar, pants on fire.
Yes, he was. And just like you Brits, come on, Steph, I know you like this one. Bum licking. That's exactly what he was doing. And then when he got to the bottom, like when you guys were starting to see through him, he like Sarah said to me, she noticed that he stopped mentioning my name, because it was constantly me and Belinda. And then my name got dropped. Fine by me. I didn't want him promoting me at that point, to be honest. I did not. I stopped showing up in his chats, and it was starting to become noticeable. So Love and Happiness, if you guys realized, was coming in here. Dude, when I found out he called her to tattle on me, game over. That was it for me. Tattle.
Okay, before I go any further, Love, is that GP's partner, or was GP's partner, as in like were they like in a relationship?
No, we don't know who she is. She just was some streamer that he claimed friendship with. I don't know that she had any channel we could really figure out. I mean, I think maybe she did at first, but it quickly disappeared. And yeah, whatever partner means. And it quickly became that she really didn't have a channel anymore, and it was just her and GP. Like, it was very weird. I still don't understand what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, it was very weird, I think. Like, what was going on with that whole thing. And then also, like people like myself, I mean, you hear Love talk, and she sounds similar to GP. I think like in the way that she talks, some of the words that she uses, it sounds like, and this is kind of a conspiracy, but maybe it was GP with a voice changer, because the other thing that I noticed is you didn't hear them talking over each other. It's like one would talk, the other one would talk.
Okay, sup Blue Eyes, how's it going? My bad. If you hear that buzzing sound, that's my zapper going off. Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, let me mute myself and let me try and. All right, I think whatever is got zapped is fried right now.
Yeah, it sounds like it got fried.
We had a big thunderstorm here too, so.
Yeah, you know what? Are you stealth camping? No. Okay. The problem is I got like cats, right? Several cats, and they always want to go in and out of my house, so I gotta leave the doors open. And often than not, when I leave the doors open, there's things that I don't want in the house come in. Like sometimes there might be a fly or two, and I can't stand it. So I put out a zapper because Martha wants her freedom. Because I gotta weigh, quality of life for my animals versus the annoyance of having, like, insects or things come in the house. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'll have Martha have the ability to go in and out, and Lola, and of course John and whatnot. And when I do that, I got a counter shit coming in the house, which means I gotta like put out a zapper. So that's the reason.
Hey, whatever works. I'm the same way. I fucking hate bugs, but like I have kids like, coming in and out, and they go play, especially with the summer, and then like flies get in here and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, and plus Martha does the door sitting thing where she's constantly like sitting by the door so I can close it because of the whole fear that she'll be locked out, because I think her previous place they were locking her out in the winter. And I think that's completely cool, but that's what people are doing. So she door sits, and then the doors open, and of course my heat or my cooling goes out the door. But I love her so much that it doesn't matter to me. I just want not much bugs in my house. So yeah, so there's that. All right, so let me keep playing this.
Who did? Oh, okay. So love and happiness had been coming in my chat. Now I don't have anything against her. I agree with everything that you guys said. Shit. I'm sorry. I forgot what I was even saying. When I stopped going into, okay, so love and happiness was coming in here, if you guys had noticed. And we were going to actually have a stream together on a Saturday like morning, but I just hadn't come up with a topic and the first Saturday I couldn't do it. So, for people who had thought that we were very close and that I was in the dark, we were not close. But I will say this. I had gotten the story, not from her. I would just ask her how she was doing. And she would say, I'm trying to get through, blah, blah, blah. But that's it. So I never got the story, quote unquote, from her. But I did get one from him. And now please tell me if this was ever told to any of you. This was total grift, so that when he got on his channel and he was saying that all the money was going to be going to love and happiness, and that he was paying 30 some this amount and that amount, thousands of dollars for her, and he had a chill because his wife was going to think they were having an affair. I said, are you? And he said, no, like I gave a shit. But the point is, does this make any sense to you guys? She was.
I think a lot of people are lost. Amy May says I'm so lost. All right, Amy, maybe we could clarify some things. Did somebody just say something?
No, I didn't say anything.
No, okay. All right, yeah. Put those links in the chat if you want to visit Alex Glitter's channel. Go ahead, maybe sub. AK's channel is also listed in the chat, so maybe sub. All right, I gotta do some clarifications on certain things, I guess, after this video, because there are certain points I want to like talk about because they're being brought up, and certain things I'd love to know about. But yeah, let's continue this video.
Gone, going to dealing with her father or something, being very sick. Okay, now mind you, I thought the story then turned into he passed. Not sure. She never said this stuff to me. Keep that in mind, okay? He told me some story about she was in her apartment and the person that lived on the other side. You heard this stuff, you guys? Is that what you're saying? The yeah, yes, yep. Yeah, their relationship was weird. Oh, okay, that's what you guys are saying. He said he passed. Oh, the father. Right. Well, at the point that he was telling me this, it was that she went to go take care of him or something, and the rich, very rich, spoiled kid, young, kid, like in the young early 20s, whatever, that lived next to her now mind you, it was a building, and this kid took some kind of I don't know, hammer, some shit like that, and bashed through the wall, causing thousands of dollars of damage. Well, the one thing that Jill does know, even if it's written in some kind of new way of spelling, I do know this. If that happens, the building pays for it, not you. And then the guy who did it would have to pay the building, right? You guys got me so far? So does it make sense,
You know what she's talking about?
that she became so much in debt over this stuff? It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense.
These were lies. It was so funny. I kid you not.
Can I say something really fast?
I saw that.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, did you know what she's talking about?
With like the whole building thing?
Yeah.
I think she was trying to out somebody on a lie that it didn't make sense that somebody has to pay money if a kid.
Well, yeah, because GP had a Cash App. I still have the screenshots of this. He had a Cash App, and it was under Love's name, and he was peddling it around, saying every couple of months that some horrible thing had happened to Love. Like the time she's talking about, she said he was telling everybody that somebody had like damaged a wall of her apartment with a hammer, and she was liable to pay it. And that's how he was like begging for donations. And it was like one shady thing after the next. He was always putting out her name, her Cash App, shilling on her behalf while saying on his channel, I'm not monetized. I just do this for fun. I just do, that's what he's doing.
Yeah. And it was like these big sob stories. And so that's what Jill's referring to. And she's like, I asked Love about it and, whatever. And basically, what Love had told her, Jill was like, yeah, that's a lie, but did Jill call her out on the spot? No, she didn't. She kept supporting and kept going over there.
Oh my God. This reminds me of Timberlake. And I'm sure Fish, doesn't this remind you of like the Timberlake situation? Like every 2 to 3 weeks, if you guys know who Timberlake is, Timberlake was this person actually in and around this time in like 2 years ago. And every 2 to 3 weeks, something would always come up where she's either sick or a tree fell through her window. She has to get her heart burnt or frozen. It was always over and over. She needs a new computer. She needs this. She needs that. And it was just a way for her to just grift money out of people, to like literally steal money.
It was very similar, except GP was doing it on behalf of this person named Love. And Love, as I said before, was very weird. We don't know where she came from. And there was a reason why we thought at one point maybe Love was entirely made up. Maybe she was working with him. Maybe he was just using her name. I know she had a channel at one point. I just don't know what the fuck their relationship was, and I don't know what happened. I know what they've claimed, And yeah, it's just the whole thing is very, very weird. And then all these weird allegations came out from Little Boots, and then death. These were all people who were friends with this man for like years at that point, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So-
And so these like clips that you're that the Joe one, and then Barnyard Sarah and Tiny Dancer, which another one with Sarah and Tiny Dancer is coming up. This is them after the fallout. Like, GP had like kind of like scurried off, and he's like, watching all this stuff go down and seeing like how bad is it? Like, is it, that I could like come back from it, or, whatever. And then Love was like kind of like going around. It was really weird how the whole thing like played out.
Gotcha. Okay, Little Boots, she is in the States, right? She's not like in Quebec.
No, she's like what?
Colorado.
Colorado, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right, thanks.
There for some time or whatever. So I'm sitting here thinking like, oh man, I said, here it goes. I said, here goes that snowball. I said, yeah. I said, she fed right into my hand to spew some more lies because that's what she wanted to do. I said, they had so much hatred that they couldn't even see that these were lies. It's like, why?
What was lies? What was lies? That's the question I had. What the fuck is she talking about? These were lies. What exactly?
This would be a great time for receipts and screenshots. Show the receipts, bitch.
Yes. Because she don't make no sense right here.
All right, before we continue, can you explain this damn it Amber thing? Which is right now is named that Amber chick, but this chick is the chick that got caught up in Texas, right? For like burglary.
No. I don't know who that Amber chick is. You're thinking of Damn It Amber.
Okay, yeah, damn it. So that Amber chick isn't Damn It Amber. I thought they were the same person.
No.
Oh, they're different. Okay. All right. So, but the Damn It Amber that we know of now, because Ekate's talking about her a lot, was the one in Texas. She did the burglary, right?
It was Georgia.
Yeah. Okay. Georgia with the burglary. Man, you're good. You like know this stuff.
These people are suing me.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she did the burglary, but did she like pee on a rug or something?
Yes, she peed on the fucking rug.
What is that about?
I don't know. Ask her. She won't tell us.
No, she won't say anything about it.
But it's in the police report, okay? If it's in the police report, it had to be fucking noticeable and bad. Like they wrote about it in the police report.
Oh, you mean like when she did the burglary, she peed on the rug?
Yeah.
On the way out, I think. Yeah.
But usually if I'm gonna do my whole, I don't know, NCIS SVU, I'll be like the unsub is known to. It's like peeing on a rug is personal though. Like if I really don't like somebody, I'm B&E their shit and shit on their rug. Fuck, I'll shit on their bed. It's very personal.
Yeah, random. She marked her territory.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's literally like that. Like there's no reason unless you know the person to be pissing on somebody's rug like that. No, you're not an animal. You're doing it because you're like,
I found it
you.
Yeah, I found it so disturbing. I made a whole video about it.
Yeah, I remember that. And then I connected it again. I'm like, isn't that the chick that like peed on the rug and like went in the police report?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she robbed her parents' friends and stole like a revolver, some Adderall,
antique coins, Adderall, yeah,
antique coins, and then as she's shuffling out the door with all of the
broad
belongings,
daylight. Mm-hmm.
During the day, she pissed on the fucking rug.
Jesus Christ!
I would have taken that shit with me too. Like, fuck that, I'm not leaving that.
Her neighbors watched her piling all this shit into her car.
WTF, what the hell's going on? I don't even know who's worse, her or Pistachio shitting, having it rolled down her leg and then throwing it overboard.
Oh my God.
Like this is disgusting.
I thought that was a joke until you made me listen to it. I was like, oh my God.
She shit and it rolled down her leg and she picked
sounds
it up because it's clean shit. Because it just makes it better, right? So you're telling me it's hard?
No, I mean, it sounds like a fucking cartoon. Like she shit down her leg, and it was solid enough to pick up.
Yeah, and throw
Like,
overboard. It's like
and throw it
what the hell?
overboard. Yeah, like as one does.
Yeah, it's so normal to shit down your leg. I was about to say that, Fish, when the whole like peeing on the rug thing. I'm like, why would you do that? You were literally leaving evidence. And I watch a lot of Law and Crime Network, and this is how some people get caught, like doing shit like this, like peeing or shitting where you're not supposed to. Then they collect your DNA evidence that way. I'm like, you're dumb. You're really, really dumb. Like, it's so Antoine Dodson. I'm like,
The story is far worse than you understand. Okay, these people she robbed were friends of her parents, right? So they knew her, and the woman whose house it was basically said, that day she had told me she was coming over to our house to look at some paint samples and would be in and out, right? And then he said, oh, she did not leave. She didn't say a specific time when she was coming over. So she was out of the house. She comes back, and then she immediately notices something is amiss. And she goes and immediately looks at the fucking, prescription pill cabinet, and the Adderall's gone. So she knew that this woman is coming over. She's 35 years old, by the way, with a kid when she did this. And so she knew that this was something she would have taken. So that was gone. And then, she had stolen a bunch of like antique coins, an antique revolver, like a whole bunch of just shit. And then she had tried to get away with it and piled it in her car in broad daylight. All these people know her. Like she had no, like, it's not like she was like robbing strangers.
Mm-hmm.
They knew she was coming over. And then like she peed on the rug too on top of it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's more to that because, like I said, peeing like that it's personal. You have to know the person to do shit like that. You don't randomly go into somebody's house you don't know and then you piss on their rug. The story probably goes deeper, but I guess only she might truly know and understand what's going on. But I guess if she wants to tell, because I did see her talking about like she got a felony for that, right? And
yeah,
then,
she's on 10 years felony probation right now.
Yikes, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. Yeah, that's what they do these days is those long probation periods.
Well, she was facing another felony. So like while she was awaiting trial for this particular thing, she got pulled over with drugs and guns in the car for rear-ending somebody. Yeah.
Wow.
She's crazy. She's like legit like a criminal, like an actual criminal. Meth is amazing. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and it's these caliber of people that come online and try and torment other people.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me try and finish this off.
Making none. No good sense anyways. And it's weird that I'm still a mod. Why would he still have me as a mod?
Are you sure you're still is the channel still up? I'm gonna double check. While we're on here.
It should still be up because I got it from YouTube. This is from YouTube.
Yeah, I haven't downloaded it if anyone needs it though.
Yeah. Tiny is coming in clutch. She's got it downloaded. She ain't even letting this bitch. She's putting her foot on her neck. She's not letting this bitch go away. Not.
For once, I was actually a part of something. Usually, I'm always behind and delayed, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, I DM'd you. And
I know.
And I was
well,
like,
and last night I was in your stream too, and we were talking.
Point is, GP is bad news. Thanks for watching.
Thank God, there's so much history to this.
Mm-hmm. There
so
is.
much.
There
All right.
is.
Yeah. What were there other ones? I think you posted some other ones because what I was gonna do is kind of look at what was posted on Twitter, but then I kind of feel bad because it's like I don't want to drudge stuff up for Bridget, but there's literal evidence where it literally shows what as clean as possible what GP had. So GP can lie about anything and everything, but it's literally right there in Twitter that yes, this is what Bridge sent to him. Well, a portion of it, because what he's been trying to do is say that they were clothed, a 2-second clothed video. yes, there is, but there is also a video where she strips and plays with herself, right?
That is the allegation. Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Because yeah,
I
because
haven't.
it's making it seem as if it's just like one thing, but there were actually at least two videos.
Yes. Well, I mean, I know there was, I know Tragic said there's multiple videos. I know he just said that I think GP tried to send him one or two or something, and he told him to stop, not to send it anymore and to delete it. He claims he deleted it, but yeah, it's GP.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust GP to delete anything. Probably has like a folder or hard drive or something filled with like people's shit on it.
Yeah, and like I never saw it, so a Tragic never, sent that to anybody. So whoever has it now, I don't know. I think I heard earlier Yato has it or something for some reason. If Yato has it, it was sent to him by GP.
Yeah, which is the whole basis of what Cat's daughter is saying, that it was passed around, which it was. It's just people are trying to put the blame towards you guys, you and Tragic, when you guys had, didn't have it.
No.
That's literally what it is. What's up, Deb? How you doing? Okay, all right, all right. I don't know how GP is gonna do with this one, because right now he doesn't have like the backing of a big channel. Because what was happening in the House of Hannibal days is you could always tag on to Hannibal, right? It would come up, he'd have like an audience of like 200 to 300 people where he could peddle his bullshit lies to and then call it a night. Now that isn't happening anymore because the House of Hannibal situation blew up. Hannibal took off, left, hasn't been heard of since. And now he's kind of, I don't know, hitching on to other channels, like Belinda and Hasi and whatnot, where he could, talk his shit and say his bullshit, but it isn't working anymore.
The last video that I just dropped in the chat is a video of like AK and Tragic talking about like GP, and he's going over some receipts too. It's like 12 minutes long. Some of it is what some of the Jill thing that we've already watched, but
okay, yeah, we can take a look at this. And then maybe after this, I can take a look at the latest like GP stuff when he was on Hass's channel again, trying to push his lies. Like I am lately. I've been, well, I shouldn't say it lately, but for a while I've kind of been in tune how people operate on the internet and the shit that they try and do to obfuscate the truth, which is go on a bigger channel or go on your friends' channel where each of them has a decent sized audience. They just keep telling the lie until it overwrites what the truth actually is, and then people just believe it. And I've seen this happen over and over and over and over again, and GP's trying to do it right now. So we're gonna get into this. Let's go.
And we are like fucking evil, making up all this stuff about this innocent dude. They went as far as to proclaim that like we just call everybody pedos and blah blah blah, and like they've never seen any proof, they've never seen anything. And Lane, by the way, was in the like, look at the date on this. This is August 5th, right? 2022. She was still in our Discord.
Yeah, she was. You know who originally got GP into the bodega, one of the bodegas, because I was looking back at some old DMs, was it's me, Death, the bounty collector, making me fags and me flats. She's the one that got him in the bodega, that wanted him in the bodega. Now she's trying to lead this charge. I never trusted him. Bull fucking shit. I have evidence that proves otherwise.
She said you brought him around. That's what she's
trash
saying.
bag shit.
Yeah,
she's a
been
fucking
saying,
liar.
She literally, like, it's probably in the clip we're going to play, but she's like, well, we should have, not that we should have known. They're never going to say we should have known, but they were like, oh,
yeah, right.
He's from the bodega. He was cool with Tragic. And Death was like, I knew from that moment, like, I'm never going to trust this dude. I know what he's like. I know what he's about. Like, bitch, obviously you all trusted him, and for however far you wanted to trust him, just because he made up all sorts of fucking crazy lies about us.
Right. I can show you something real quick. She was one of them. She brought him around. She's the one that actually got him into Discords and was asking on his behalf. Like I wasn't like inviting people into Discords and shit. Death was the one that was doing all that shit. She was the one that was trying to build more people to come into the Discord.
Well, and also the weird part is she talked about him being friends with that other fucking dude, and was like, "Oh, when I found that out, that's when I knew." Like, what? Everybody knew that from the beginning.
Right. Yeah. Like she was trying to build the Discord with a bunch of different creators, and she invited him into her Discord. She says GP wants his own creator section. She's the one that brought him around. So she's trying to blame it on other people. No, it was you. Death, you've lied about everything. You lied about who you are. You lied about having a family, being married, having this job. We've seen your fucking LinkedIn. You've lied about everything. Your whole online persona you've lied about.
Yeah.
You've lied about everything.
Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't surprise me if people lie about, what they actually do and stuff. It's like, okay, yeah, another person that does it. Let's go.
Yeah.
So that's what Death was doing, was lying that she has a family when she doesn't have one.
Oh, it's pretty bad with her. She lives in the UK, and she lives I guess she lives another welfare person. She drinks all day long. I guess it turns out she said she was married or something, and she has a kid. I don't think she has a kid or anything. I think she just drinks and sits online.
Okay, so she's on the dole, is what they would say in the UK, and she's in council housing and just drinks all day. Which in the UK they do give you, I think they give you PIP for that. You probably wouldn't know what PIP is, but I watch Chelsea Art and a lot of UK people, so I'm really kind of tuned into like the stuff that happens over there. But it's actually happening here in Canada because SJAM gets money from the government, because what they're doing right now, especially in the UK and Canada, is recognizing alcoholism as a bona fide disability. So you can get money to supplement your income when you're an alcoholic.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would say if that's the case, that Death was in council housing and on the dole, that probably was also getting PIP, some sort of like supplemental income.
Interesting. I mean, that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
She said she was throwing us a bone when she was manager for
the manager.
Yeah, when she was, I guess was she your manager? I don't remember. But like when she was doing that with Negs, when she was doing that with Negs and managing him and Hussey, she claimed she was throwing them a bone because as of this point, people pay her to do this stuff. All this crap she's been doing with Lane, all this fucking stuff she's been putting out, all this boring fucking content, people are paying her for it. She's claiming this is like her job.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
She lives off the fucking government. Stop covering for people. Stop covering.
You know what? Who thinks I shouldn't even say anything, because this could be legitimately a job where you can make a decent amount of income, even a lot of money on YouTube. But it's ridiculous to me if somebody says it's their job when you might get like 200 or 300 views in a video. How the hell is this your job when that's only a couple cents? I'm like, what the hell are you thinking?
That's another thing she lied about. She told Hussey one of her big lies is that she makes people's channel. This guy named Sloan. I don't know if you know who Sloan is.
Yes, I know who Sloan is. Yes.
Yeah, she claims to have made his channel, like success-wise, like built it. And nobody really ever challenged her on this, but like I know Tragic told me one day, he's like, it'd be funny if somebody actually emailed that guy and asked him, like, hey, do you know this person? She's claiming she built your channel.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. She's like just like that kind of person. But that's
that's the guy. Sloan. You're right. That the guy that does celebrity.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Strangers on the internet, and then once they fuck you over, then after all these months want to blame it on us. Oh, he hung around with Tragic, so that's what we never trusted him. Bullshit.
I mean, the funny thing is he didn't even really do anything to these people. Like, it took very little for Lane to fucking flip on him. But apparently it was I guess he was just trying to accuse her of being friends with me still. Like, that's what did it.
These people are sick fucks.
I know what he started to say and quickly recoiled and changed it. And anybody that would do that, in my opinion, is disgusting. So I really give you lovely ladies a lot of credit. I trust all of you. Very credible. And also, if I knew nothing again, even if I didn't hear that shit, that's the kind of yelling that, in my opinion, if he was in your face, he would have used his hands. That's just what I think. GP has been problematic for a long time. Oh, sorry. LMI. Oh,
Yeah,
GP has been
busted.
problematic
He's
for a long time, but most
busted.
people forget his previous community. And that's what Dove Kitty was trying to tell me about. He did tell me about, that's the other thing. He didn't at first come straight out and ask me, but
Okay, wait. Who the hell's Dove Kitty?
I don't know.
Some person who's like in the Griff Gangs chats being a dick all the time.
Okay. What's the Griff Gang? Could you maybe explain some members from that?
I think it centers mostly around Belinda, Gigi, Hussey. Who else? I guess Negs.
Yeah.
Negs in DC. All the yeah, basically all of them.
Okay, because there's also different, I guess, players in this field that I really don't want to get into because it'll confuse people. But there is or used to be Plate Gang.
Oh yes, yes.
But did Plate Gang get destroyed? Didn't like Queen of Karma was in Plate Gang?
No.
Okay, where was Queen of Karma in then?
Queen of Karma is Queen of Spade. Let's just start right there.
Yes, Queen of Spade. Yes, same person. Yeah.
Yeah, same person. I don't know. She's trying to rebrand because somebody outed her weirdo porn or something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, she's never in Plate Gang. She just gets invited into servers like Discord servers, gets her way into these places, and just becomes obnoxious and says and does obnoxious things, and eventually gets kicked out. Like that's just who she is. She's just like a crackhead. She's the town crackhead.
Yeah, I kind of got that idea from how she looks in her gnarly ass, disgusting teeth.
Yeah, she's a big meth head. She's a big crackhead, allegedly. But she's in Canada, right? I think.
Yeah. I also know that she's in Canada. Man, there's so much players, man. It can get really confusing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go back to the video.
he got me to delete that comment from Dove Kitty. He made me feel bad, and that's not me. I don't do that. You can talk bad shit about me in my own comment section, and I'm not going to delete it. Okay? I didn't delete crazy ass, and that's right. Crazy ass Bridget's comment, did I? So no, I didn't even block her, even though she tried to say I was blocked. But
You know what's funny about
I
this
don't do
comment
that.
that's on the screen?
Mhm.
People forget when they say previous community. Lard Ass Lane was in the previous community. Death the Bound Collector was in the previous community. Cliffy the Pred, fucking Belinda. All these people were in this so-called previous community. Hussey, all of them. So if you want to, blame people on their past and, oh yeah, he came from that previous community, they all did. They all did.
And this person commenting, this is a Gigi sock.
And here I was, and I felt like I knew I was doing something against my way of doing things, and I didn't like it. And it made me not like myself. Yes, Candy, anger management for real.
So basically, he was pressuring them to delete comments out of live chats, which is really bizarre. Like, why would you bother?
And that's cool.
So here he is arguing with Lane like a fucking psycho. He's so unhinged that I cannot, because he's really mad about copyright strikes. I don't know why. I don't know why.
And I don't care. I don't care about nothing of that. That's it. The truth is, Love already admitted Love already spoke. That's the last stream, and I'll see you later. Like, I don't care. Okay, we got little boots in here. What's up?
What's
up? Lord ass Lane.
What's up? What's the deal with running around trashing me and Love? You and Love already had a conversation.
Wow. I have not been trashing Love, so I want you to stop with that.
All right. Could you, Ted, why don't you explain this? Who the hell is Lord Ass Lane?
Lane is Little Boots.
Oh, okay. So that's one of the names. Okay, gotcha. Because sometimes I even get confused because there's so much people with like these little names, right? And then I'm like, okay, I need to get this clarified.
Her first name is Lane. Like that's like her actual name.
Yeah. I did look her up. She has a French last name. That's why I kind of asked if she was from Quebec.
Yeah.
Why is my bitch in the chat? Boobies.
Boobies but Boobies follows me around.
He does. He's my bitch. He just knows it. Like if we were ever in jail, Boobies, you be my bottom bunk bitch. You know I'm taking top bunk.
You made the fucking contributor. You blocked and scammed the store chat. Why did you do that?
Love just admitted that she did it, so how did I lie to you?
Okay, why did she do that?
Okay, so first of all, let's hear you say, you know what, GP? My fault. I thought it was you. Let's hear that.
What the fuck? Start off with
Well,
that.
you must explain. No, like this is the thing. You've got to say, I'm sorry, G. What the fuck? See,
I was somewhat willing to converse until he said that shit to me. I'm like, I will not suck your dick.
I mean, if I had the time, I would fucking edit her voice out.
Yeah, you to bow.
No.
Oh,
This is why I say you're on there too, or fucking rock or whatever, because you're not getting no concede. He thinks everybody fucking knows him. It's like fuck off.
Don't tell me what to do.
You say,
Wait, you're here to listen me moan over you? You get in line, okay? I mean, I think I would pick you first if there was like a lineup like Gigi and that little Yaro be walking and you boobies, you're my first pick. It's like softball. You're my first pick there as well. Yeah. You would totally be my first pick.
GP, my fault. I thought it was
Bunch of
you.
undesirable
First of all,
volume.
I was talking to you, and was I talking to you through a chat?
I'm asking you. I'm asking you a question.
I assume.
Have I fucking trust you? We went to fucking Belinda first.
Hold on,
Let's hear that.
There's a part.
And that's why I love tell. That's why I love tell me that that's why you want me to call on the phone. And so she can tell you I don't like you, little boo.
So why?
And it was
so why
me.
were you,
It was
why
me
were you
that
clearing
did
up,
that.
why were you clearing up the chat? Why were you just?
Sometimes I'm like, where the hell? What is this guy's initiative like with GP just going around and just talking shit? It's not like he's making any money.
I
Like,
guess he
what is
was.
his fucking priority? Yeah, I think he was making money and he wants to get back to that, right?
Yeah, that's what he keeps trying to do, but it's kind of like it's been so many years since he was making money or even like shilling that cash app around.
Yeah, and I think to a lesser extent, he's like GG. Like GG used to make a shit ton of money. Like you've seen his views like 30K, 40K, 50K back in the day. And he whenever he sees somebody who's successful in the space, like Whirling Bread or Paradise Pearl, he wants to take them out. Like that's his old modus operandi. And to a lesser extent, GP is the same way. He sees anybody that has a modicum of success in the space, he gets jealous, he gets angry, and then he starts making up the lies on them.
Mm-hmm.
You're leaving love? What you mean? I didn't leave love.
I'm talking about MCM.
That's why we should see they all trash and they all fucking retards.
I love I went to MCM.
Panel fucking
I have never
reject.
been talking about
Retarded
love in any of the
reject.
But I knew
conversations
she
that
fucking
we
had
have
this
had. I've only
shit.
been talking to you, and you keep lying to me. You also keep lying to other people. Why did you say I'm talking to Tragic and AK? Why did you say
I said that. I said that.
It wasn't
You hear that? His big complaint is that he thinks she's talking to me and you.
Yikes, the paranoia.
Unreal.
They can all feel the walls crashing in.
I don't know how his brain broke.
Sarah Walker, and you told her that.
Yeah, GP gets jealous of mildly successful to moderately to highly successful streamers. Anybody that has any success in this space, GP is gonna look at like, you know what? I used to have that success, but it kind of it went away after some bullshit. But he's still hanging around. He's still doing his little bullshit, making these dumbass streams, telling lies on multiple people like AK, myself, Tragic all the time. And then he might go away for a little bit, then he's back again. Then he buys himself some views thinking he's going to fool the algorithm into pushing his little bullshit out, not knowing that there's a whole modicum of factors that the algorithm has to take into consideration.
Her. Yep, you said that.
Well, first he tries to latch on. Yeah, like the latch on behavior with House of Hannibal. Hannibal, when things were better, was getting about 200 to 300, views or viewers in his live streams. But that whole atmosphere has changed because if you look at Yo Mama, used to get that as well. But Yo Mama is lucky if he gets over 100 people these days. Yo Mama is actually even lucky if he gets over 1,000 views these days. Like he's maybe.
Damn. I didn't know that.
Yeah, shit's going down. Well, I think it's a combination of people are bored and tired of the bullshit and the back and forth, the hypocrisy. Because people, after a while, they see it, right? They see that this person is actually not being, fair or well-rounded, and they're hypocritical where they protect their friends that are doing the same shit. Like, how Belinda is calling out how Buddha bitch was, saying I was sending her dick pics. Like that keeps getting brought up, right? How Hekate's daughter is, going to other people for their bullshit in line, but yes, she's a friend. She has a friend in her pocket, aka Buddha bitch, that was doing all sorts of bullshit, like saying I was sending her dick pics when I wasn't, and people were believing her. Then that whole Red Room video insinuating that I went over to Calgary to like grape her, which is like some completely fucked up shit. Just like stuff like that, and people are talking about it. But my problem with the whole situation is if Belinda truly did care, she should have talked about it when it was first happening. But no, she was talking about it, but in the opposite sense, making it seem as if I actually was doing the shit that they were saying I was doing. And 2.5 years later, can we finally say, yeah, I wasn't doing that, didn't send any dick pics, I wasn't over in anybody's home graping them? Like, this is like completely disgusting behavior.
Mm-hmm.
They just get away with Yeah, because of ridiculous alliances, exactly. There were like 4 creators I can name right now who are breaking terms of service, running ban evading channels. Yeah, that's another aspect of it, right? People constantly coming back, and Hasi is ban evading again. I don't know how, like, where's this loyalty to Hasi? Like, shit.
It's so weird to me. It's so weird to me. Like, I just don't.
Loyalty?
Yeah.
Yeah, like this guy's getting all these super chats. People are sending him hundreds of fucking dollars for what? For why?
Because he's like does nasty shit to people. Like that's
I
all.
guess so.
Yeah. I mean, that's it, right?
Because sometimes I question that. I'm like, what is your reasoning to give this man hundreds of dollars? Even who was it that gave him like $200 or $300? Or was it last night or the night before?
Yeah, Potato.
Yeah, like what is your reasoning to do this shit?
I think with Potato though, I have a feeling I know exactly what they're gonna say, and they're gonna say they did it to prove up, like because it did make him look. It did expose him for his greed, right? I would say that like it's exposed him kind of like as being somebody who can be very easily bought.
Yeah, but I've been knew that about Hasi.
No, but the people who are like loyal to him maybe don't, or especially these new people.
Yeah, I guess so. But if you've seen Hasi or know Hasi from Gloria days, Hussey's always been about the money.
Oh, I know that, but I think that's what like he tries to pretend he's not, and he tries to make his new audience, every new audience he gets, believe that he's just here for the entertainment.
You know how like you were just saying the thing about how people just repeat the same thing over and over again until either people believe them or they just think that that's what happened. Hussey is like Gigi in that sense that he repeats the same thing over and over and over again. And it's like, I don't know, people just start to believe him, or they're literally like scared of him because he will come after you, viewer, creator, it doesn't matter. And he'll, threaten his ambulance chasing attorney to like, take you to court. And look at what he's done to AK. I mean,
Listen
nobody
to
wants to deal
what
with
he
that
says
shit.
to me. Listen to what he says about me every single day, multiple times a day. He accuses me of several crimes. Says I've been calling him a predator and a pedo every day for the past year. He just literally just says this all like it's fact, and he repeats it every day.
And then he goes and he says, AK is making content on me. I don't even talk about her. I don't talk about her when he literally talks about her every fucking stream, every day, all throughout the day. It's insane.
I don't know how to deal with these crazy fucking men. Like, I just don't. I don't know what their problem is. I don't know why they behave this way. But at this point, he should know he's not getting shit out of me. He's not winning this. They're like delusional if they really believe that. It sounds to me like it's a big cope, but.
Oh, yeah. He's still, from the stream last night, he was still, or maybe it was even today, the stream earlier today. And he's like talking about, oh, she doesn't know what's going to happen when we go to court. And she's going to lose so bad and all this stuff. And it's like, bro, you literally like have exposed yourself, even just within the last 24 hours, like bad.
Like, why doesn't he ever just say what's going to happen?
And he's like mad that people are like archiving him and stuff, and it's like, well, what would you expect somebody to do? You're taking you enacted the lawsuit.
He's been doing that to me for over a year. Everything. I got the video. I got it. You guys remember? Like, he was just doing this.
Mm-hmm.
He was using it as a threat. Everything I'm recording, everything, bitch. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When do you guys next go to court? What's the next court date?
I think it's the pre-trial, which is
just a couple weeks.
I mean, it's the week before, so it's probably next week.
Yeah, because he was talking about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I have to go to Maryland twice, so I'm gonna be, having to save my money."
Yeah, we're real close.
All right.
Gotcha. Yep. Well, I guess a lot of people have been donating to him, unfortunately.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna be having my own matters in court soon in Canada for shitty things that people have done. The first thing is that whole lawyer situation with Hackett's daughter and Booty Bitch that I gotta sort out. And after that, I have other interests that I have put into court already. So we shall see. But hey, I'll continue this video.
Say that. Then what? Then what? Sarah said that I didn't say that I didn't.
That was just dope for a month, Scotty, or maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks worth of dope.
Then what? Then what? Then what? You want to apologize again?
No one wants to talk to you because you're a weirdo. You keep lying to people. Why are you lying to people?
Let me call her.
Why
right
does
now.
Love think I called you? Why does Love think I said you were on the registry? Why did she say that?
Because you did. Because you agreed.
No, I never did. Where?
That's my first stream that got striked.
I love it.
Listen to him. That's my first stream that got striked. This is all your fault, Tragic. But it's also lame.
I love it.
She agreed.
For the whole time, Tragic showed me.
I love it.
And
I
why the
love
fuck
it.
did you VC me and ask me personal fucking questions about my life? If that is you in the chat, GP, why the fuck you doing that shit? If you didn't like me from the start,
Well,
fuck
he come
off.
up to me. That's the thing about the situation with me. He come up to me. I was like, dude, you're married. I don't do that.
I am the puppet
I
master.
mean, it's like the first time we ever spoke. And thank God. You're right.
She
You all my puppets.
Did he expect the 2K? I think he did. He says that he wasn't gonna. He didn't want the 2K. Potato could just give him the 300. But I really do think he did want the 2K. 2K is a lot of money, and I mean, a lot of people are greedy. Why not? Maybe behind the scenes, maybe a PayPal or something. And who the hell has $2,000 to give some like random dude over the internet for some bullshit? But then again, as the same dude that got like an Apple computer for how much again did he get it for? Can somebody remind me? And like he wasn't able to use it properly.
A few thousand.
Yeah, like can you imagine a couple $1,000s for an Apple computer and he doesn't know how to use it?
Still, 5 years later.
Yeah, like that machine could be with somebody who knows his capabilities and is well rounded to be able to, do something with it. This dude is using it for like internet shit.
Paperweight. It's a fucking
Yeah, literally.
He went to Barnyard Sarah, and Barnyard Sarah just said, I don't fuck with married dudes.
He's planning his
I am
outfit.
the puppet master. You all are my fucking puppets, and I love it. I love every second of it. I love how everything that we've been doing over all these months has gotten to all of you to the point that the paranoia has caused the walls to start slowly coming in on each and every one of you. We found you, Greg, Phillip. We found you, GP, a long, long time ago. Why don't you come back? We still got some more for you, buddy. Why did you shut down your Facebook page after 12 years of inactivity? Why did you shut it down with the rest of your internet footprint, buddy? Because you got motherfucker. I'll wonder who's next out of all of you. That's the question.
All right, when was this stream?
It was made public.
It says there in the top right-hand corner, September 24, 2023.
This is right when everything has started coming out, like about GP, and like after, people were like, "Oh yeah, Lane called him out," when all Lane did is go up there and say everything that Tragic and AK have said about him, and exposed about him.
Yeah.
I think it still applies.
That as well.
I don't like to tell people who they shouldn't talk to, but look what happened. You're completely, absolutely correct. It's like I kind of felt funny myself because I felt like, well, who the hell am I? I was picking up, like, I don't know, that's another skill of mine. I have this thing where I listen to people, I watch their.
No worries, not banana anima. You're pretty cool. Like I am not taking offense to it, and I didn't mean it in like an offensive way. Just ask whatever questions you want to ask, and I'll answer.
Actions, and I can read them. And I just can. A lot of us have that, right? And I was having a big time, and I felt like, well, who would I tell this to? Who would listen to me? Who the fuck am I? I'm just Jill, for real, and I haven't been around long enough that people know me, So I kind of just said, well, Jill.
Jesus, nobody cares. BGTV is a travesty. In fact, she spends quite an amount of time in this live stream saying to BGTV, I feel so bad for you. I can't believe what they did to you. It was just so out of line when he got doxxed. And she was, I'm like, you're talking to the dude who did far fucking worse.
Right.
Certain chats where he held wrenches and stuff like that. Just saying. I just didn't want to deal with it, period. I'm sorry. I love Texas. I love to tell folks who to stay away from. BGTV, sometimes people got to figure it out for themselves. That's true too. That's very true. Because think about this. He was telling me how to feel about other people. Oh, right? Okay, so the contract. To be a membership, join his membership, you have to sign like a contract. It's as crazy as Nex's NDA.
To join his membership, you had to sign a contract.
where Nick says, I create jobs, they just don't get paid for them, though, just so you know. You had to have a contract signed. Now, his membership included one-on-one. Now, where have you ever heard about this? If you ever heard of somebody actually wanting you to sign something, and you had to cam up to go for your one-on-one call with him, and you had to sign paperwork. I don't know exactly what he wanted people to sign this shit and have it like, I don't know what he didn't want, I guess, for one of his one-on-one face calls.
He wanted people to sign contracts to have one-on-one face calls with him. Why?
That's kind of weird.
You're only doing that shit if you got shit to hide.
But what was he going to show? I am so curious. And there had to be people who signed up for this membership. If somebody had a one-on-one voice call with him and signed this contract, I will pay you $100 if you fucking give me anything.
We want to see the contract.
Anything revolving around this contract, seeing him for real, like what he put up in.
Yeah, AK dropped off, but she'll be back or not. I don't really know, but when she comes back, I'll put her back in. The whole contract thing's kind of weird, but I mean, it's not too far off from what like the hell Jessica Miska and crew was doing in Call Mike and Call Mike 2. I mean, have people like show their fingers and their hands and whatnot to make sure you're a real person, and then they try and figure out like who you are. Did you guys remember how Ariel G had like a little book where she had the handles of all different people, and she was trying to connect who's who with stuff accounts? It was super weird, but she had like this book she would write in.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
It is weird. I think I have a video of that like where she had that and she was showing the book and she was trying to like connect like this person is this other person. I'm like, Jesus. I was like, oh Lord, I ain't got time for that.
No, nobody does.
Yeah, I gotta like go clean and do my dishes. I ain't got time for that. The left hand was the rumor. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Fish. Like, yeah, in Call Mike and Call Mike 2, you have to like show your hand and stuff. And it was pretty much a thing where you had to participate to a greater or lesser extent in like the voice chat to make sure you're a real, genuine person and not one of the ops.
God.
The screen, like, what did you actually see? That's what I want to know.
Don't know if it was like you can't speak about what you guys spoke about, things like that. And I find
it to another aspect, that's true as well, not Banana Anima. They did that to make sure that they are not fat, but also to make sure that, one, you're a real person. Yeah, to a lesser extent, you're not fat. And 3, that you're not one of the ops trying to sneak in, right?
GP, yeah, I think so. But you definitely had to have your camera. No, I'm not kidding. I saw something like that when he started his memberships, and I was like, what the hell? But I thought this was supposed to be Love and Happiness' channel. What happened to that? It just, man, I think he used her so bad. I'm going to be honest, I really do.
He gave all her information, too.
But I don't think she's being used.
No, she's in it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He gave out all her information. He tried to refute one of the copyright claims, and he sent all of her information. Put all of her information in it.
Yeah, but I don't think that's her. I don't think whoever Love and Happiness is, I don't think that's her information.
Well, it was pretty detailed. So it was pretty specific.
I mean, I looked it up. I don't know. We'll see.
Because he knew that people were going to know who he was from, like he said, his old community, and he wanted to have somebody new in. Having a mod meeting, some people do that. If I had something that important, I would just go to like my main mods and tell them, yeah, I hope she really got it too.
Well, I know a real person, as in, yes, everyone's a real person because they exist. We think, therefore, we exist. We occupy a certain amount of space in the universe at a certain amount of time. That's how we know we exist. But you know what I mean, as in that your picture or who you're trying to present as like an actual person is that person. Like, they don't want me like Monty going into Call Mike or Call Mike 2 trying to masquerade myself as a woman, right? That's what I meant.
I don't believe all, because I don't think that was the case. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy that he turned out like this. Yes, text phone calls, one-on-one phone calls with you have to cam up and you have to sign and all this stuff. And it's like, who do you think you are? For real, please. Remember,
who is this person?
Which one? Jill?
It's Jill. She's a fucking ex-hooker.
No.
Wait, what did he say?
He said, who is this person? Jill, she's an ex-hooker. He's just joking.
Is Jill an ex-hooker?
No, I don't think so. I think he was just joking.
Okay, because we take that shit seriously these days because there's lots of hookers in here.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he was joking, but I mean, they freaking say that I am, and I'm not. So,
I mean, but I'm not even joking though, Alex. There's tons of hookers now. Like, BB Veronica being Hoen, I guess being Hoen. Like, it's like a serious thing. There's a lot of people listening to hookers. Like, goddamn. Like, there's. I mean, inherently nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's less so much shit that people do, and I mean, as long as you're chill, you're cool, whatever you do, you do. But like, I hate when people are harping on like, oh, there's hooker and hoeing levels. Like, you ain't on my hoeing level, or you ain't on my hooking level because you fart in cakes or something like that, or that ain't
Oh my God.
people.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, I don't know if it's always been like that, if like, or if it's just more accepted now, so people feel, more comfortable talking about it, or I don't know. It's, what's funny is that people had a lot, like Gigi, for example, he was like, oh, I have so much respect for he Kate and all this, and she's the sex worker and all this. I have so much respect for sex workers, but then like to every other woman, he's like, you fucking hooker, you fucking slut, all this stuff.
Yeah, that's because she was pushing out his bullshit. Now he's gonna say the opposite, right?
Mm-hmm.
About her, because now she's kind of woken up to the hierarchy. I like that fish, the hierarchy.
That's good.
Yeah, so now he's gonna go on the opposite end of, and of course, tell everybody how much she's a naughty sex worker, and she spends all of this much time in front of the screen and all of that stuff. Like, it's so completely ridiculous, and I just wish more people would just wake up to this crap.
And I honestly
Yeah,
think
go
that
ahead.
a lot of people know, but they're too scared to say anything, or they just don't care, and they don't want to, lose their like alliances or their friends, so they'll just go along with it. It's pretty,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why I say to people, they need to touch grass. I think I had a little bit to do with Arid Alex acting up on Hussey. I
Oh
gotta
yeah.
give myself. I did, because I was going at that whole like all yesterday. I really riled him the fuck up.
Well,
But
good.
I was just saying like random shit, and I'm just screwing around. Because what I was actually doing, I'm studying, right, and he would like say shit to me, and then it will pop up, and then if I don't think it's anything I should respond to, I wouldn't. But sometimes I'm really fucking going real good. And I'd fuck him over, and he'd get so pissed. And then I was hearing how he's going off and Hussey. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, Monty did that. I fucking riled that little bitch up so good.
I'm sure you did. That's another common theme is, you've gotten a lot of hell. AK Tragic gotten a lot of fucking hell. These people that they've been, I don't know, like not gotten all that smoke and whatever. They are very sensitive. Like Belinda, when he was going and talking with Belinda just crumbled.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm kind of used to being in the blood sports, because
Yeah.
I've been in it so long. So yeah, I was literally fucking studying and riling that Arid Alex up, but he was getting so pissed.
Well, good.
I was just on my bullshit. And then I heard like him and Hussey fell out. I started dying. I'm like, I think I might have something to do with that. He was in his feelings too much.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like she's not the only one saying this. I mean, you got Barnyard saying the same thing. You got Lane saying the same thing. Even Belinda saying the same thing.
I mean, Jill, just stream it. Put a paper bag over your head, cut out the eye holes and for an area for your nose and your mouth, and stream.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe not cut out the eye holes, because that's kind of part of the problem.
Yeah, a lot of times it is. Actually, yeah. And it's like just like on a computer when
Or
you
an alien
check a
mouse.
box. That's like signing. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Fuck
I wish less obnoxious people had done this, to be honest, but it is what it is.
You thought he was on
Yeah.
Twitch?
Exactly.
Yeah, but he's been on YouTube for a while. I mean, Edna's mighted over there on Loudman Hussey, isn't she? I mean, wasn't it like 2 months ago him and Edna was going at it? He was calling Edna out on some shit, like shit. It's like people's alliances and friendships change like the wind, man. Change like how I change clothes every day. One day they're going at each other, the next day they're cool.
Yep.
Gothic. Remember when everyone loved him, when everyone was being interviewed by him? He was such a great interviewer.
Oh my God.
He couldn't even formulate a complete sentence.
She said that he asked her to be on his show, like from when he first started that hold your feet to the fire fucking thing. He asked her basically first, and she said no like 1,000 times. And her reasoning was like, oh, she didn't want to get doxxed, or she wasn't doxxed, or whatever. And then she did it. And like part of his, like when you hear him yelling at her, he's blaming her for giving us too much information and getting herself doxxed.
Oh my God. We have all of this content downloaded too, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah, and I even said it. I don't know if he's just making it up or he's retarded or whatever, but I said she never gave us any information. I even said that to you, I think, several times. I was like, she had gone out of her way.
Lord ass Lane.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Oh God. All right. I guess maybe something happened with AK. It's all good. We'll catch up with her another time.
Yeah, it's storming where she's at, and so
I see. That's why. Okay. All right. So I don't know how GP is going to respond to this, if at all or anything. But I guess if he responds, I'll talk about it some more, of course. But yeah, anything else you had to say, Alex Glitter, or are we kind of done here?
Yeah, I think that we're good. I put, some links in the chat of, some other like burnt toasts videos on GP where he, used, like a famous like gamers like avatar and tried to kind of like grow his audience, kind of like not pretending to be him, but like using his avatar like something familiar. He's just like,
oh yeah, I can. What was that guy? I think his name starts with K or something like that. I remember.
It looks like maybe like a, like a person of color, maybe.
Yes, yeah, something like Corey Kenshin or something like that. Maybe
something like that. Yeah, so there's like a lot of, information out there on GP, and just, it's always the same, is that he lies and then gets called out and then disappears and then comes back and, tries to feel things out. And, people like Belinda and, Hussey, and I guess, I don't know if Gigi gives him much attention, but, people that give him that attention, they keep, him coming back, and he's a nasty motherfucker. He'll say disgusting things like, that he was going to like call his friends and have them go like, smash or curb stomp like AK's dad and stuff. And people try to look over that stuff. I don't know why, but it's like, he's not a good person. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah. I think, he really isn't a good guy. And he's either just really fucking stupid. If you're really going to do that shit, you don't talk about it on the internet.
No, and and the other thing is that like Jill was talking about him like bullying her to like delete comments and stuff like that, which is you could hear him when he's like getting into it with people on panel, even women. He's very aggressive, very scary, like not somebody that I really want to be involved with, or somebody that I would support, but people figure it out.
Yeah, for 100%. Yeah, plus his IQ really isn't up there. Like the types of dumb shit like I've literally seen this man do is just next level stupid.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, thanks for inviting us on and to go over some of this stuff. It was fun.
Yeah, for sure. I will probably do a part 2 and go over some more stuff. But for now, I think I'm gonna call it quits, because I gotta go back to like looking over some more stuff that I need to get inside my head. But thank you, AK, wherever you are, and Alice Glitter. Really appreciate it. Smash that like button up, people. And I'll be back with more of this whole GP 360 and bullshit some other time. So catch you then. Peace.
All right, bye.